Hello everyone, welcome back. So I'm pretty fresh off of the emergency candle video that I made. I had mentioned in some comments that I ended up cutting that up. The original video I did with the lighter, here it is, and I made a longer tube. I ended up cutting that up, but then I ended up making a new one to put into this fire kit. I'll show you this. It's pretty much the same thing. Except that I have a brass cap on it. And the idea was that you'd have this with all that extra fuel in it, almost twice as much fuel, to use in an emergency situation. And then I was saying that it would be good to have an extra striker separate also, for in case fuel ran out, you can use this to light various things. So I made this from a Zippo wheel and the Zippo tube. So I ended up making a bunch more lighters, actually 4 more. Here's another one. You can see it's a little different. I use a different size wheel. It works great. And I said I'm going to make a separate striker to have to keep with me. You could buy them. I've seen them go for as cheap as $3. I think they call them mini spark wheels or something like that. They sell them on eBay. A little bit more expensive on Amazon. But so I needed to make a spark tube, a flint tube. So what I ended up doing is, if you look here, you'll see that's nice and thick, okay? It's actually 3 tubes. Okay, it's a 1/8, I believe, 5/32, and 3/16. Okay, and this was perfect for a regular size flint, like a Ronson or Zippo flint. And I soldered them all together, and then I tapped the inside, and I made these tubes for the new lighters. So I made an extra tube to put into this fire kit, and here it is. Now the only difference is I used Bic springs in all the lighters, but for this one I took out this tube and left just those 2 tubes so that I could fit the actual flint from a Bic lighter, because they're much thicker. If you look here, I have a spare one. They're pretty big. When they're unused, they're about that big. So what I did was, same process I did with this first lighter to make this, and then this is a spark wheel off a Scripto lighter, and then I just used this little knurled nut. This came off of the back of a PC, and there's the spring. And then what I did was just file a little tiny ball on the end so the spring stays on. And then the Bic flint fits right in there. Just put it in. Tighten it up. And you got your spark wheel. Let me clear this up and I'll show you the great uses for this. Set a little piece of metal down. So obviously we could light our emergency candle or pen torch. So that works great, because these 2 together make a lighter. So we have some char cloth here. Let's get that lit. Oh, actually burned my hand. Didn't see it. It was so bright out. So your char cloth lights right away. Here I have some Amadou. So I'll put a link in the description to how I made this. Basically a fungus. This stuff's a little tricky to light up. You need to fluff it up. It may take a couple strikes to get it to go. There you go. Now this, that little spot right there, that'll consume this whole piece. If you never tried Amadou, try it. It's really awesome. I mean, it just will keep going and going and going. Compared to Char Cloth, which once it's gone, it's gone. I mean, it's gone fast. This will last a while. All right, so I'm just gonna put that out because I want to save this. And it's not easy to put out either. Okay. Then in this little box, I just have some little tiny match-sized pieces of fat wood. So once you get a little fire going, you can use that. And then in here, I have some Vaseline balls, cotton balls with Vaseline all over them. And again, you know, you're only limited by your imagination for the things that you want to use. There it goes. And that'll burn a while. So as you can see, it's a useful thing to have. I mean, you could just throw this in your pocket without the rest of this stuff. And, you know, if you have some char cloth, some chaga, whatever else you have, you know, this, and this, and you're good to go, you know. It's a little substitute for a flint and steel, a substitute for a ferro rod. Obviously, the ferro rod's going to throw the hottest spark, but just another little thing to throw into your kit to have fun with. Pretty easy to make. Like I said, I'll put the links in the description for the pen torch, the lighters, and between all of them, you could see how I put all this together. But let me get this out of the way. It's smoking like crazy. So I hope you enjoyed that little video there on a spark wheel. And like I said, you could purchase them. They're really cheap. On eBay, you could buy them cheaper than it cost me to buy the materials to make it. But it's fun to make. So like always, everyone, I appreciate your comments. I appreciate your views. And I hope you're having a great day. And we'll catch you on the next one.